Hi, my name is Savannah Peterson, and I will be discussing college tuition. College tuition has increased significantly over the decades, and at nearly $1.6 trillion, student loan debt exceeds accumulated car loans and even credit card debt. This number includes a large amount of individuals who never graduated, as well as those who have defaulted on their loans. The traditional model of going to college is broken in America. College tuition has increased significantly since 1987, which is 8 times faster than wages and double the rate of inflation. Students are coming out of college with thousands and thousands of dollars worth of debt, which is contributing to how getting a degree today is less advantageous than it was 10 years ago. Right now, during all the havoc of COVID-19, life is still happening. Students still have to sign up for housing and classes, and most importantly, students still need to figure out how to pay for college. According to Student Loan Hero, about 69% of students from the class of 2018 took out loans. This is more than half of the students that were going to college. Oftentimes, when students need to take out student loans, they do not know all the information about paying back the loans beforehand. With that, there are still some students that are willing to take on large amounts of college debt, but they do not connect with the reality that they'll eventually have to repay it with interest. And yes, maybe they even know the interest as well, but they do not know how much interest can add up to by the time you can eventually pay off the loans. You may be wondering why college tuition is increasing and why so quickly. Funding by states for 2- and 4-year colleges have decreased by almost $9 billion from 2008 after inflation adjustments. This is a major reason why the increases in college tuition have occurred. These cuts in funding by the states have made it so colleges increase their college tuition to accommodate for the money that they lost. Why has it gotten to the point where some schools have an out-of-state tuition of $56,000 a year? This isn't right because this is forcing thousands of students to tangle themselves into crippling debt in order to pay for the college of their dreams. In 1987, going to college at a private, non-profit 4-year institution was on average $15,160, and then in 2017, tuition bumped up to an average of $34,740. That is an increase of $19,590, and this average is just the tuition for the school, and it doesn't include boarding, textbooks, food, and all the other things that you have to pay for when you go to college. In perspective, a 1988 graduate of Harvard University would have spent $17,000 on tuition during their senior year, and now in their 50s they have to pay $44,000 in tuition for their child to attend Harvard today. That makes the current cost more than 2.5 times as much as it was in 1988, which is a markup of 163%. That is a really large increase in tuition, and paying that on your own doesn't seem like an option for most students. This is partly the case because it is impractical to pay for it when college tuition has been increasing in 2016 was $104,480 for 4 years, which back in 1989 it was $26,902. This means that the cost of getting a 4-year degree doubled. However, between 1899 and 2016, the average annual growth in wages was only 0.3%. For something to be increasing faster than wages is abnormal. How are people supposed to be paying for a better education when the income used to pay for that cannot accommodate the cost? This is where students find themselves thinking that the only way to pay for that education is through student loans. Some people would counter this point and say that college tuition has increased because of inflation. However, this is not true because this year's increase is higher than the rate of inflation, and in the past 12 months, the rate of inflation stood at 2.2%, but colleges appear to be increasing their tuition rates by nearly double the inflation rate. This means is that if we go back to the Harvard tuition example, college tuition for Harvard should be $22,450. Secondly, coming out of college, students have thousands of dollars of the debt to pay off. The average graduate student debt is $56,600. Having that much debt after you graduate can be crippling depending on the job you go for after graduation. Some people think that all the debt they will end up with will be worth it because when they graduate they will have a high-paying job and it will be easy. However, the average starting salary for the average college graduate in 2017 was $50,516. This is less than the average graduate student debt. Graduates are earning less than their student debt, and we haven't even included the interest that comes with the student loans. Lastly, the advantage of getting a degree today is less than it was 10 years ago because of the rising cost. The Wall Street Journal states that getting a degree isn't any big guarantee of employment, and that it's just a step you have to take to even be considered for many professional jobs. Many college graduates are employed in jobs that do not require college degrees. This is called underemployment. The underemployment rate was about 34% for all college graduates and 41% for the recent graduates. That is a large percentage of graduates who are underemployed. If a large amount of college graduates are getting jobs that don't require degrees, what's the point of getting a degree in the first place? In conclusion, with the US $1.6 trillion worth of debt, there needs to be a solution. The traditional model of going to college has been broken and something needs to change in order to put it back together. We're all about to take that next step into adulthood where most of us are going to be living on our own and going to college. I don't want to graduate with thousands of dollars worth of debt. Do you?